Okay, so we're here in game 2. We have Midna once again in the light blue in the top right playing Guardians. Our Marine main here, JohnX, is still playing Marines. He's red. He's in the bottom left. Yeah, okay, so last game, pretty solid victory for Midna. Didn't really see JohnX do much at all, actually. Heck, Midna didn't even have to do much. Basically just massed a bunch of tier 1 units and then charged in with tons and tons of rocket cars with a decent grenade infantry follow-up. And because of JohnX's mistakes with controlling his army, in my opinion, he fell to that very easily. Okay, so now we're on third harvester on the way here for JohnX. Midna, on the other hand, is about to start his second refinery. It's a little late, I think, but whatever. Okay, so we have JohnX going. Okay, he's going heavy factory then power, which is something that I've observed a lot with recent Marine players. They do that a lot of the time now, from what I've observed, or at least I've heard. Actually, I haven't observed it very much because I haven't noticed it much. I've only observed it in games I've casted. I've only casted a few games recently. But on the other hand, Midna did tell me that he did complain that apparently this is the build that all the Marine mains build, and he thinks it's OP. I'm not really sure. On the other hand, some people, I have heard the Marines mains complain that by the time they get the first ogre out, Guardians already have like 50 units on the field. Which is sort of true. I mean, yeah, this build, it's a really long time before you get your first ogre out with this build. On the other hand, the ogre might be better at defending against rocket cars than, let's say, a Marine or a Harpy would be. Well, I think Harpies are good in mass, but if you're trying to chase 10 rocket cars with 3 Harpies, you're gonna run into trouble. They're just gonna outrun you and escape. Because the Guardians, in my opinion, don't need to kill the Harpies in engagement to win, really. All they have to do is they have to make sure they don't lose many rocket cars and that they kill a harvester in the process. And yeah, Harpies really can't. I mean, if the rocket cars stay still, the Harpies will annihilate them very quickly. But they can't really do much when the rocket cars are moving, and they can't really do much to keep the rocket cars from focusing the harvesters very quickly. So yeah, a couple rocket cars are moving downwards. I think they might find this harvester actually, and there's nothing defending it. Once again, JohnX just he has his army concentrated in 2 areas. Midna's definitely going to be able to get at least 1 snipe here. This harvester is going to die. JohnX, no reaction yet, just pumping out more harvesters. Holy crap, he is playing greedy. It looks like Midna is going to get this harvester. He's going to lose like a rocket car in the process, but that trade was definitely worth it. Does JohnX care? No, he's still building harvesters. Very greedy play that I see. Yeah, it's definitely a style that I've seen from newer Marines players. Definitely, just full greed. Units clumped in one area. Okay, I admit when I played Marines, I kind of played this way too. Also going heavy factory first, that's also something I did when Marines first launched. And judging from my experiences, it's not optimal. On the other hand, there are 4 ogres coming in here. Although there is enough rocket cars to repel this. There is definitely enough rocket cars to repel 4 ogres. But it's not going to be the best trade. On the other hand, JohnX has so few units so few ogres at this point. I mean, if he had added the Marines in, or if he added a couple Harpies in, this would be lethal actually, maybe. But there aren't any Harpies, and the Marines aren't here either. So instead, yeah, the rocket cars should actually trade favorably, just in how badly they outnumber them. I mean, I think that was like 4 ogres for like 4 to 5 rocket cars and 2 damage. That's fine. Yeah, really no clue what the heck JohnX was doing. He should have sent his Marines out in the aggro with the ogres. They would actually cost a little trouble. Maybe would have forced Midna to focus down units. And when you're focusing units, it's a little harder to micro infantry out of the way. Okay. On the other hand, there are Fidos on the field now. These Fidos might give trouble for Midna because they came out a lot earlier this game than they did last game. On the other hand, Harvesters are falling back and forth. Oh, it looks like Midna's gonna try to go for the trade. This is not good. This is not good. He is trapped now. All these rocket. Actually, no, they aren't gonna die because there's nothing trapping. I mean, it was almost a trap, but instead, they only have one escape route left. And in the process of following this escape route, he realizes, hey, there's Harvesters. And oh no, JohnX is not pursuing these. He's gonna get this. He's gonna get this. Okay, so 2 Harvesters down just because JohnX. Yeah, that was. Well, that worked out for Midna. I mean, he lost a couple rocket cars here, but that was definitely worth it still. And JohnX, where is he going with these units? Gosh, yeah. At this point, Midna just spamming tier 1. I mean, of the 3 games I've casted of Midna so far, they all love it. I mean, he always loves his tier 1. I'm honestly surprised he loves spamming grenade infantry that much versus ogres of all things, but apparently that's the thing he does. So yeah, that is a lot of grenade infantry. Then again, he does definitely have slightly better micro than me, so maybe he's able to control the grenade infantry slightly better. But honestly, versus ogres, I still at this point would be a little more focused on trying to get Spectres out earlier. But versus the Fidos, yeah, versus Fidos, these rocket cars are definitely not effective. He needs to get Spectres and heavy drones out to deal with them. On the other hand, JohnX just may never be able to get the Fidos in the right position in the first place. And Midna's army, despite the fact that I think JohnX's units theoretically counter Midna's unit composition, Midna's army is just so much larger. They're just so much. It's just so much larger. What he needs to do, he has to focus. He had to focus the ogre first, and then he could come in with the infantry versus the infantry. Maybe, I don't know. That might have worked, but actually, yeah, he did focus the ogre, just not exactly first. But yeah, Midna still has some rocket cars chilling here. Just a lot of tier 1 units. Holy crap! Just yeah, he basically has like a nearly This army is just constantly replenishing itself. He can lose he can afford to lose he literally could afford to lose 20 rocket cars killing 2 ogres at this point, and he would still be in a good position. But yeah, okay, looks like JohnX is now down to 1 harvester actually, thanks. And it looks like Midna is going in, actually is going to try to trade 20 or so rocket cars for a couple ogres. But yeah, the harpy was going to give him a bit of trouble, but he killed it. Okay, now he's just going to push in entirely because he realizes that this is the full extent of JohnX's army. He really doesn't have much more. I mean, he has these Fidos, but what are these Fidos are not even, like, what are they, they're not even guarding a harvester. Like, where are they? They're not, gosh, why? And also JohnX should have been spamming Fidos, but he's not. It doesn't look like he's producing constantly because he's only making so few, but at the same time he's still building production buildings. What's the point of this many production buildings if you don't have enough harvesters to support it, actually? That's really weird. But yeah, Midna easily winning the second game too, just with this sustained relentless tier 1 spam here, taking out the base. Gosh, yeah, JohnX is definitely screwed. He actually has 0 harvesters, and he has 0 ways to make harvesters. And I highly doubt he can afford the new base. Yeah, he's definitely gone. He's done for it. He should just leave. He should just GG and leave at this point, because he can't make new harvesters. He doesn't have income. He actually can't. How low and pathetic is it to kill harvesters like Talibans? Gosh, okay, the real reason I was casting games with JohnX is because the last time I played versus him as a Guardians versus Marines, he also compared me to the Taliban for killing harvesters. He said that I kill harvesters like a Taliban kills their mother, or something like that. Which is very interesting graphic description. There's not def with this noob class. Yeah, he has called Guardian players noob, and Harvester killers noob. Gosh. I'm actually so glad he said that here, because... Gosh. Okay, I'm actually tempted to... I normally don't cast my own games, but I'm tempted to, like, cast a replay of my game versus JohnX, because I made him rage quit okay, the reason I remember this is because I just cast a game of Midna versus Recon. And why did I decide to do that? No, and wait, why did Recon decide to join Q? Because he heard me and Midna. I was complaining about. No, I was kind of laughing, half complaining, half laughing about how a bunch of the new Marine mains, like, call Harvester killing. They think it's like some kind of like noob tactic that like no real man should ever do. Well, screw you. I'm a real man. And then Midna, who of course plays versus the newer Marines mains, confirmed that he also witnessed this behavior. And so then Recon's like, yo, where are these people at? And he tried to join Q looking for JohnX. But of course, JohnX had already left Q because he rage quit after his game versus me. So yeah, he didn't. Instead, Recon ended up running into me, and then he ran into Midna actually, which led to the game that I uploaded earlier. But yeah, actually, I'm tempted to upload my game versus JohnX because I mean, I guess this is considered BM for me to be exposing players like this and laughing at them while commentating. But at the same time, you have to be honest, it's pretty they're being pretty BM too. Like, I don't like being compared to the Taliban because, yeah, I don't consider myself an Islamic extremist. I consider myself a sort of borderline atheist, agnostic, something, whatever. But yeah, I'm not a religious extremist. I don't kill my mother, and I am a real man. Sorry, I just think it's fun. I just think JohnX is really funny.